Hi everybody and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, helping take your life, your business, your health, fitness, body and mindset from where you are to where it is that you want to be. And today I want to talk to you about optimizing your health and strengthening your immune system. Now, if you've been listening to me for a while, if you listen to Rob Evans 365 daily podcast as well, you will have heard me talk about this from time to time, but it's very topical and worthy of mention again right now, particularly in my country, particularly in my state here in Melbourne, Australia, because we're in autumn right now. We've had some wide fluctuations in our weather, hot to cold, etc. And even though we have zero instances of COVID in our community, we have a lot of colds. We have a lot of people getting sick. We've got gastro. We've got a whole range of different things which is coming through the schools, which our kids are getting, bringing home. Parents are getting sick. More kids are getting sick. And why is that happening? Well, if you have a look over the last 12 months, most of us have been shut down, particularly in my state here. Over the last 12 months, it was just the 12-month anniversary yesterday, actually, for when we were first locked down. We've been locked down for almost 8 months in our state over the last 12 months. So what that has meant is that our immune systems have suffered. We haven't been tested. The immune system hasn't been tested. So now that we're getting out and about and seeing everybody, there's new germs out there. It's not COVID, but there's some illnesses out there. I'm seeing it through my client database quite rampantly. I'm getting clients that are having to cancel. I've got clients that have had to take their kids out of school. I've got child clients that aren't able to come. They'll miss a session like every fortnight because they're just unwell. Ones that have even got like little toddlers, they're getting sick as well, whether it be in childcare, etc., etc. So I thought it would be worthy of note as we're going into winter and as people are experiencing these things, I wanted to give you some tips, my tips as to how can you build your immune system? How can you put yourself in the best position so that you don't come down with an illness? Obviously, COVID is one thing, and there's it's a whole other conversation which I've had before about COVID vaccinations and all that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about your overall general health. So there's a couple of things that I highly recommend, and these are lifestyle things. And if you grasp the concepts of what I'm talking about, you will embed these principles into your daily life, which gives you the best possible chance of not only keeping away other more serious illnesses such as and disease like heart disease, cancers, strokes, diabetes, any other obesity-related illnesses, but they will also help you build your immune system and keep away those, I'll say, seasonal type illnesses that I just mentioned, like colds and flus and stuff. So we've got to have a good foundation for our health and our immune system in order for us to have a chance here. So just like building a house, houses in Australia generally, and certainly in my area here, they need to be built on a concrete slab, okay? And that concrete slab is graded based on the soil. So if it's more sandy, it's got to be deeper, it's got to have more steel in it, all that kind of stuff. So I think where I'm living, it's an M-class slab, which is a normal type of slab for my area. But if you think about your foundations for your house, if it isn't strong, what happens? Eventually, the bricks, if it's made out of bricks, are going to crumble. The walls will fall down, the roof will fall down, and it's a mess. And this is just like your health. So here are some foundational things that I believe you need to do. We must do strength training. I don't care what anyone says, strength training is king, okay? It makes the muscle stronger, it makes your heart stronger, it makes you stronger, and guess what? In the wild, what do they talk about? The survival of the fittest. If you're stronger, you're fitter, you're better. Okay, so strength training, really important for a whole range of different reasons. So you must do that. 3 times a week is my recommendation. Some people, athletes, can do, depending on their season, they can do less than that, they can do more than that. It really just depends. But for the everyday person, I say 3 days a week. I'm an athlete. I only do 3 sessions a week because that's what my coach wants me to do right now. So 3 strength sessions a week. I'm not going to talk about what to include in those at this stage. Go to the Mental Toughness and Body Show, opt in for your free consultation there with me. I can set you up with a program, even a free program. And if you want to get coaching moving forward, I can set you up with all that as well. So I'm not going to talk about the details of that now. Just think 3 days a week, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's when we want to do some strength training, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Get at least a day's rest in between. On the other days, we want to be doing a little bit of cardio work. So cardiovascular, meaning cardiovascular is heart, making the heart stronger, making you aerobically fitter. That's very, very important for your health. Again, helps make you fitter, along with the strength. Strongest to the survival of the fittest, you're better. Now, here's the good news. You don't have to think about rushing out there and doing multiple high-intensity workouts a week. They call it high HIIT training, high-intensity interval training. You don't have to do that. All I do is walking. Okay, you can get out on 4 days a week and do 20 minutes of walking. It doesn't even have to be a super fast pace, doesn't have to be power walking, just getting out and moving, okay, enjoying your surroundings, jumping on the treadmill if it's raining like it is here right now. Just move for 20 minutes a day, walking, and that will certainly help you. And that's life sustainable, right? Anyone can find 20 minutes in their day to go and do a bit of walking, or 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there. You can do that. Okay, so that is also really important. Then it comes to your nutrition. Now, I am a huge believer, because the science really supports this, in 6 meals a day. So breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then 3 snacks, focusing on highly nutritious foods. Okay, now again, you want to know more about how I educate people on food, go back and have a listen to some of the other podcasts I've done early in this series. Have a listen to, go searching in the Rob Evans 365 podcast as well. I often talk about food. Just search for whatever it is that you're looking for, that topic. You'll find something. We're almost up to 1,000 podcasts in Rob Evans 365. So you'll find something that is going to give you some more information. Again, go opt in for your free consultation. I can give you way more information and set you up with your own tailored plan there if that's something you would like. The next step is about supplementation. So supplementation, as the word suggests, works in conjunction with your food. It doesn't ever replace your food, okay? It supplements it. So that means the ones that I really focus on are fish oil, okay? The best quality fish oil that you can buy. Capsules are fine. The oil, like krill oil and all that kind of stuff, really overpriced, overrated. There's no science to suggest that that is better quality than fish oil capsules. So just fish oil capsules are fine. They're cheaper, more readily available. Fish oil capsules. I also take a magnesium tablet if you're suffering from cramps. Vitamin D I recommend for pretty much everybody, because unless you're working outdoors, because most people stay indoors more nowadays, so tend to get their not enough vitamin D. And I also take a very high quality, it's a Isogenics one, multivitamin. There's a women's one and there's a men's one. Obviously I take the men's one. The other supplements which are essential for me are a high quality protein powder. Again, I use the Isogenics brand, and I also, for my training, I'm just going to put it out there, unless you're seriously wanting to stack on muscle and you need to do this in an appropriate cycle, I do creatine cycling as well as part of my supplementation. And they're all the supplements that I take. Now, if you want more information on supplements, again, you need to reach out to me. I do take a pre-workout supplement as well, which is again part of the performance range of the Isogenics products. So again, want more information on that, or the supplements, opt in for a free consultation. But those are really, really essential. You've got to supplement, because why? Because we just don't know what nutrients are missing from the food we're consuming. We just don't. It's just missing. We can't see what's missing, but you feel it through your body. And that's why we supplement, so it's filling the gaps. So imagine that your food, your nutrition is like a straight line. So perfect is a straight line. But unfortunately, we don't know how long food has been sitting, in your butcher, on your greengrocer. The quality is frozen, canned, whatever. So imagine you've got little ridges in your line. Supplements, good quality ones, will fill those voids to make that nice and smooth for you. Super important. The next one I'm going to mention is water. Okay, water is so crucial. You want to be drinking at least 1.5 litres of water a day. Convert that to gallons if you're overseas in the US. So I take around 3 to 4 litres of water a day. Most consistently, it's probably around the 3.25, 3.5 litres of water a day. Why? Because I want to keep myself hydrated. I talk a lot through my day. So if we take today, for instance, I've got basically an hour break. I've got 28 minutes left before my last part of my client-facing day starts. Now I've got another over 4 hours to go yet. And I got up at 5 a.m. this morning. First client was at 5:30. And I've literally been back to back from 5:30 until I think it was 2:30, 20-minute break, go pick up my girls from school, back here, small break, back into it for the rest of the day. So I'm almost talking non-stop for about 12 to 15 hours. So I'm expending a lot of energy, my voice dries out, my throat dries out, so I need to make sure I'm drinking lots and lots of water. So it's also a fat mobilizer, but guess what else? It also helps flush out toxins that we're breathing in, that we're taking in our food, all of that kind of stuff. Eliminating toxins from your body is just so important. I mean, if we go back to the food side of it, the nutrition, the 6 meals a day, eating plenty of plant-based material. I'm not talking about going vegan because, look, whatever you follow is fine. I don't endorse vegetarianism or veganism, mainly because it's just so much harder for them to get all the nutrients that they need into their body. Okay, it's just so much harder. And I've met very few really healthy vegetarians or vegans. There's always a huge deficiency that they don't even realize in their eating. But I'm talking about getting balanced protein as well as plenty of plant-based food, because in Australia, it's something like 70 to 80% of adults do not consume the daily recommended number of serves of veggies, which are also low, but they don't even get to that. So consuming more of that plant-based food is really good for your digestive system. It's good for your metabolism, but it also helps you cleanse your body, eliminate toxins, doing it in a healthy, natural way. So that's also really important. So water, super important. The next one is your sleep. Sleep, really important. If you are constantly fatigued, imagine how you're going to feel and what your immune system is going to be like if you get no sleep for a few days. You're run down, you're tired, you're more likely to pick something up because your body is not strong. It's not rested. And talk to any athlete and they'll say the biggest thing that they need to do more of is sleep. Why? Because they work hard, they train hard, they play hard, when I say play hard, they play hard during a game, and they need to recover so that they can play again. I mean, look at some of the codes, like NBA, baseball, things like that over in the US. They play multiple games a week at such a high level. Their bodies can break down. Look at your cyclists. I mean, your cyclists are riding day after day for like 30 days in the Tour de France. It's actually about 22 days and they've got 2 rest days, but it's so constant. They're riding 3 to 3,500 kilometers every year doing that, and they're riding hundreds of kilometers every day. They need to rest their body. As soon as they get off their bike, they've got to put on compression socks, put their legs up. They need to rest and they need to fuel. Okay, so that they can recover enough. So sleep is so important to make sure that your body can recover, you're focused, you're strong, you're doing all the right things. Okay, like I've just outlined before, your training, your eating, your supplementation, etc., etc. So doing all of those things really puts your immune system in a really good position to keep, if you like, this bubble around you so that anything that does come your way, you're not going to get it. Now, there are some other basic things. Now, COVID has taught us this really well. I mean, there's hand sanitizer everywhere. You need to make sure that during these times that you're sanitizing everything. Sanitize your hands. When I'm working with clients here on Friday this week, so in another couple of days, masks are no longer going to be mandatory. But in here, when I'm standing over a client, like if they're lying down and I'm standing over them, spotting them, I will still wear my mask, particularly now because there are still so many germs and stuff going around. So it helps protect both of us. I will still do that. There's still sanitizer everywhere. I've still got to sanitize. I have to clean everywhere, but still making sure that you're washing your hands with soap and water, all those kinds of things. One of the common things that also happens around this time at the change of the seasons in our country is gastroenteritis. Now, where's that coming from? Well, it's basically coming from poo, right? So what that means is that somewhere along the line, somebody is not cleaning their hands properly. So making sure that any facilities that you're using, toilet facilities, make sure that you're taking the appropriate precautions. Make sure you do wash your hands thoroughly. Sanitize as well. Carry your own hand sanitizer. In your own home, if you've got people that are unwell that visit, we've got stuff called Glen 20 and it comes in a high pressured spray can, disinfectant, you spray it with the surface and that kills 99.9% of the germs. I use it in my studio here. I also use antiseptic bacterial wipes. I make sure that all the doorknobs, the light switches, the toilets, the taps, all that kind of stuff is cleaned multiple times a week so that everything is kept hygienic. Okay? So just common sense, but sometimes what's common sense isn't so common. So doing those things regularly, really, really important. And then the final one that I'm going to mention is, because I work with so many people face to face, and this is in consultation with my GP who knows my medical history, he suggests that I always have the flu shot. So every year I do have the flu shot, which will be due soon. I mean, we're nearing the end of March. It's normally available in sometime in April. I always have that. And what that does, it obviously prevents me from getting those serious strains of the flu, but it does also help build my immune system so that I can keep the common cold kind of away as well. So I would recommend that to people. If you're an anti-vaxxer, don't do it. But for me, I take it every year and I just don't get sick. Now, obviously I have a healthy lifestyle as well, which is your foundation. Again, I think of the flu shot as being like insurance. I think here it costs me, it's either $10 or $12 and it's worth it. Because if I have to cancel clients for a couple of days, if I get the serious flu, I'm down that badly, then, in this environment with COVID, I'd have to be COVID tested as well. I might be out for, a number of days. So for $12, it's certainly worth it. So they are my tips for putting your foundational health in the best possible position to have a really strong immune system. This isn't unique to just me here in Melbourne, Australia. This is a worldwide, global list of tips that you can implement in your own life to put yourself in the best possible position. It's not hard. Well, I should say it's simple, but it's not necessarily easy, because you think, man, you just mentioned so many different things. But yeah, if you look at the success of anything, look at the success of a business. You don't just say, okay, create a business idea, create a website, bang, success. You know that in order for that to be successful, there are so many different things that you need to do. So I'm sure if you're listening to this, that you are already successful in many things in your life. But if you are not doing all of these things for your own health and wellness, then there's room for improvement. And if you're a person that wants to put yourself in the top 1% of health for your age group, you need to be doing these things. And you need to be doing them every day. Obviously, you don't get a flu vaccination every day, but all those other things I spoke about, they want to be daily habits, not seasonal habits. And that's what creates a strong foundation. That creates success. And that means that you can keep on going through life, achieving the things that you want to achieve, and you don't have to slow down, because people around you are falling down, getting sick, but you're powering on and feeling great and conquering what it is that you want to do because you have a strong immune system. Stay safe, stay strong, stay focused, and opt in for a free consultation at thementaltoughnessandbodyshow.com. See you tomorrow.